What time in
Now it's 9 o'clock here. 9 p.m. Good evening.
p.m. Oh,
Yes.
good evening.
Yours? What time is it?
1 a.m.
1 a.m.
1 I am sorry, 1 p.m. 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
I'm sorry.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, yeah.
Yes.
Hello. Hello. Hi there.
Thomas.
Hello.
Well, welcome back, Tom. How are you?
Welcome. I'm good. I'm pretty good. That's good that I have a time to meet you, and I'm very happy about that.
That's great. I see. Welcome back again. And we have new participants, Maria. How are you today, Maria?
Hi, I'm great, Lynn. How are you too? I'm glad that I have the opportunity to be here with you guys. Thank you.
Hi,
yes.
Maria.
Hi.
You can meet with Tom and Paulina.
Nice
Paulina,
to meet you.
Paulina is from Poland, and also Tom, he's from Poland.
Paulina is from Poland and from the same city as I remember as me.
Yes. We are living at the same city.
Yes. Okay. So how about how's the weather now in your country right now?
Gloomy and raining.
Same thing here. It's been raining since Friday until now. It keeps raining. And then the weather forecast told us that tomorrow it's gonna be cold. So this week it's really cold, and this coming Friday we will have our Sulal, Lunar New Year, and I think this is our first time to have Lunar New Year that the weather is pretty cold
The 22nd of 1st January.
Yeah, 21st of this month. First and 22nd. Because usually we have nice weather during Sulal and Thanksgiving, but I think this year it's gonna be cold. But anyway, yes.
People are constantly complaining about the weather, but the thing is that the weather is changeable, and
sometimes
it happened to be like that in the past also. I've read lately a report by a Polish historian Chrysostom Pasek, and he wrote that in his times, it was about several hundred years ago, at the beginning of the year, when it should be winter, it was spring, and peasants were preparing fields for the new agricultural activity, even though it was the middle of winter. So it was the same in the past, and whether it's not as the air condition, it's not a set for forever. So we have to use those changes. And I've heard about new phenomena called atmospheric rivers, and those atmospheric rivers are now in California. It's never rained in California, but when it rains like a river.
Yeah, totally strange, right? So let's welcome. How to pronounce your name? Devjit.
Yeah, Devjit.
Devjit.
Yeah, Devjit.
How are you, Devjit? Where are you from?
All good, all good. I am from India.
Okay, welcome to our live. So today we are going to talk about on how to get on track to your goals. Okay, so I'm not sure how many are joining today, and my internet connection, I think it's slow because you guys, I can see myself, I keep frozen. So can you hear me well?
Okay,
Yeah.
you are
okay.
Your connection seems to be pretty good.
Maybe because of I'm not sure because of the weather. So I always see myself that sometimes I'm frozen and also you guys suddenly frozen. Mm. So I think we can start now since we only have 40 minutes, so we don't need to waste our time and we can start talking to our topic. So that is number one. What is number one? Let me share. Where's number one, Tom? Be organized with yourself. Okay. So how organized are you guys? Be organized with yourself. So if you organize yourself, so you plan with your work or activities in an ordered and efficient way. So how organized are you, Thomas? Are you an organized person?
For me, I have to admit that I am very bad organized, and I tend to work at night, and that's devastating for my health. I'm aware of it, but I can only work nowadays under stress. When it's deadline coming, when deadline is coming, I am the most effective person. And when I have some time, I tend to procrastinate. I tend to do other activities like today, for example. I have some work to do, but now I am here with you because it's pleasure for me, and I have to fight with myself, and I have to change something to get organized, but I don't think it is reliable. It's my character.
Yes, you try to switch other activities, right? Because it depends on your mood as well. If you want to do your work
Yeah.
or any other activities. All right. So how about Paulina?
Okay, probably I will I have the same problems like Thomas. I try to plan my goals, but to achieve them is a little bit difficult for me because of my activities, because of my business, and so that's a reason why I am skeptic to my goals. But I did it.
As long as you did it, right?
Yes.
As long as you achieve your goals. Okay. How about Maria?
Well, I would say that I didn't tend to procrastinate things on my routine, but I also have very busy days. So every free time that I get, I generally use to study. But I don't have a planned activity life. I have no notion about how many hours I spend studying English. Then if you don't have things well planned, it's difficult to check on your progress because you can see the points that you have to work on it to get better. So this year I'm going to set some fixed time to study, even if I do it on when I have free time, but I want to have a specific time to sit and work on the 4 skills. So that's my objective for this year. And my goal is to improve my English to reach maybe a C1 level, like something like this.
Yes, sure. Just keep doing. You can,
Yeah,
yes, you will get there. Yes, just keep trying. Okay, how about Divjet?
Yeah, I am also not very much organized, but because my professional requirement, work pressure at my workplace, sometimes I need to be organized. In general, I have the tendency to procrastinate the work I do. And interestingly, during this year, what I have done, I have installed one app in my hand phone. All right, the name of the app you might be knowing, that is called Jane, right? So it's like if you Jen, so like
It's about English?
if you use the from all the digital devices, right? Okay, so say for example, if you activate that chain for the next 30 minutes, you are not allowed to open your handphone. I'm say mobile phone. Okay, so whatever form maybe, other than making voice call, you are not allowed to open the phone. So for say for example, one app Facebook is there in my handset, right? Suddenly, if I want to open during the next 30 years, I am not allowed, right? So this kind of digital device are giving me a good help. So that is one way. So that is helping me to become more organized. Other than that, in general, I am not organized, but because of my work pressure, I need to be organized. Okay. So my profession demands me to be organized.
So it prevents you, this app, it prevents you to keep checking your social medias, your phone, right? Because it takes time and you didn't notice, oh, I consume too much time checking my social media. So that app that you install your phone, it helps you to be organized and prevent keep checking your social medias. That's great.
But probably you have the secret code, and after inputting the secret code, you can turn
You can
to
open
social
it.
media.
Yeah, I think so. The jet?
The jet has been frozen.
Yeah. Okay, so let's continue.
That jet, I think it would be better if you turn off your camera. Maybe your connection would be
Better.
Turn off your camera, please, because maybe without camera it would be better.
Okay, you back. All right.
Yeah, I'm back.
Thanks for sharing. All right, so number 2. So remember your why. So do not forget why do you want to reach your goals? Okay, so what do you want to be in your life? Okay, so where do you want to work or whom do you want to serve? Always remember why are you setting those goals. So let's move on to Tom. Are you still having your goals?
Yeah, my goals in this year are very strict because, as I mentioned last time, I have to memorize 4,000 English words, basic words, and I have a set of words which are collected by somebody, and I think that this collection is pretty good because most of them are words which are used very often, but some of them are words which are not known by me. And that's very strange because I should have known that words, but I don't know them. And that's a very good way to make my vocabulary more versatile, more useful, because sometimes I get stuck when I'm speaking because I'm in lack of basic words. So that's my main goal this year, and I think it's enough, because if we have too many goals, we could end up in not approaching all of them. So that's it for me.
Yes. Okay. So in order for you to enhance your vocabulary, so you are memorizing 4,000 words within a month, or how many months you have to memorize it?
I am doing it because in the application, in the Anki application, and that application gives me 20 words each day, and then I have some repetitions, so it takes me about 40 minutes each day to do that exercise. I don't know how much it would last, because till now I have memorized about 800 words, and I have
That's a lot.
3,000.
Wow, good job. You're doing great. So just keep going, Tom. Okay. How about Paulina? So remember your why. So if you want to reach your goal, so always remember, why are you setting that goal? Can you hear me? Paulina, can you hear me?
Oh, I'm sorry. Because I lost you for the moment and I couldn't hear your question. Yes, and so what was your question? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. So my question was, remember your why. So why are you setting that goal? So are you setting any goals this year?
Yes, I have. My main goal for this year is practicing pronunciation, English pronunciation and skills pronunciation also. I bought the course which I will try to realize during this course and practice my pronunciation. Pronunciation. And so every day I practice 20 minutes, and so there are expressions, and I also practice linking them to be more fluent.
Oh yes. Why don't you join our accent training in the group? We have our accent training. Yes. Try to post your videos. Try to participate our.
And could you elaborate more about that course, because I'm very interested.
I can tell you, and so I bought this course. This course is called Sprint, and it was Prince. Yes, it was prepared by Hadar Shemesh.
I know them.
And so there are 30 lessons. And each lesson is concerned in different pronunciation vowels. And you know, this course is amazing for me, but the video is only 10 minutes, but practice it took me 1 hour. And so that's amazing because I need more time to reach her method, how to pronounce many words.
Okay.
I know that course. I was a member of her class, so I am pretty familiar, and I agree that those courses are great. Yeah.
But you did you participate in her classes or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
New sound, and all the activities beyond.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Okay. So thank you for sharing. How about Maria?
Well, I've said before that I want to raise up my level, but in fact, I really don't know if what position I am right now, because I only took those online tests to check on the level. But I think besides of that, I want to improve my English because I want to connect people. I'm a traveler. I love to travel everywhere. And also because in my workplace, we generally have to talk to people, to participate on meetings, on some projects. And I don't want to be there only like a listener, observing people talking. I want to participate, to give my ideas and my opinions about the things that are discussed there. So for me, it's really important to raise up my level, for professional reasons.
Okay, that's great.
That's my why. That's my why.
Yeah, sure. Keep doing it. How about Divjet?
Yeah, see, same, like improve the standard of English. Reason is very clear, for, particularly for my case. So in our country, English is the main language for the business world, right? So when all the business conversation, business transaction that is done in English only. And now, so far, I have been in the backside of the
Oh, your connection, you're
Frozen.
lost.
You're frozen.
Oh, you're frozen, Divjet.
business, mainly doing the execution.
You can.
Okay. Is it better now?
Yeah, sometimes you're lost. Maybe you
Right,
can
right.
turn off your
Okay.
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, so try. Mm.
All right. So my job requires me to present in front of a large audience. So probably not now, but in the next 2-3 years. So I am preparing myself. So I set that goal last year. So this year also it's the continuation of the same goal, right? So in the last 1 year, I made decent improvement, and probably there is a lot of grounds are still there to improve. So I am doing the same thing. So there is a clear reason. So why I want to improve my the standard of English. That's first. And second, another area other than English, that is my health. So I'm physically fit, but I am at early 40s. So probably that time I need to be very much health conscious for my survival in the next 20-30 years, whatever it is. You don't know how long you'll be living. Okay. So, but this is the right time to, be cautious about your health. So I am very much, serious about my health, starting from my daily food intake routine, doing regular exercise and all. So that would, until unless I get serious at this point of my life, so in future I may not be staying healthy. So these are two important goals with the reason why I said.
Oh, yes. Okay. Divjet, are you done?
Yeah, it's done.
I see. Okay, thank you very much for sharing. Anyway, we have new participants. Hernan. Hello, Hernan. Welcome to our live meeting. How are you? Where are you from, Hernan? Can you hear me, Hernan? He left. Anyway, can you hear me, guys? I'm frozen again. You are frozen.
We can.
Oh, I don't. Maybe I have to turn off my cam. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I see you, you're frozen. Okay, so what is next? Tips. Okay, so reflect on what is holding you back. So, okay, so sometimes you have to pause and think about what is holding you back and why you cannot pursue your goals. So, what is the reason? So, is there anything you must focus on first, or you do, or you have to do other things before proceeding with those goals? Okay, so reflect. How about Tom?
My main reflection is that I get distracted very easily, and I have to work on that, and that's holding me back a lot. And in the past, the last material which I saw about those phenomenon about distraction was very good, because in that material it was told that it's not because that we are distracted by some things which are outside of us, but we are distracted because our brain caveat for being distracted. It is a pleasure for our brain to be distracted, and he or she, because brain has a gender, as I learned, she or he wants to be distracted, and it's the main pleasure for the brain to be distracted and overstimulated. And that's a scientific fact, and we have to be aware of that. And as I heard on Simon Sinek lecture, there is a new generation, which was brought up with the mobile phones and mobile devices, and this generation is addicted to being distracted by those devices, and it's like a drug for a brain. Those SMSs or those likes on Facebook, and that messages give to the brain the burst of dopamine, the hormone of pleasure, and it's like a narcotic. It's like a drug for us. So we have to avoid of getting phone with us everywhere and use it only for necessary reasons. And now I am aware of that phenomenon, and I have to work on that, not to overuse my phone and other devices. And
yeah, it happens to me sometimes.
Yeah.
Whenever first I have to think that, oh, I need to message someone, but when I check my phone, I forgot and what I'm gonna do, because I keep checking other things on my phone. So that's why distraction.
Yeah, and it was very good example by Simon Sinek, because somebody could have an argument. I have to take my phone to my sleeping room because it works as my alarm clock. But the answer was, you're a fool, because you can buy alarm clock for $5 and you don't need that phone at all.
Yeah, sometimes you have to put your phone in the living room. Yes, because once your phone inside your bedroom, when you get up, it always, oh, I have to check my phone. Oh, message me. What's going on my social media? So it's very distracting. Okay, so let's go to Paulina.
And Thomas mentioned about the dopamine. I also would like to add serotonin. It's also the hormone which make us happy. And as you mentioned about the distraction of phone, and so I agree with you. But when I check Hadar's recommendations, she recommends to put away all distracted tools before starting study. And so there is a reason why I also try to avoid my iPhone and also other pleasant tools, because during the study I need to focus on my lecture. There is a very important for me. But I also read a very interesting article about the iPhones. The young people were invited to the special area. The iPhones got them. Sorry, because
delivered them.
Yes, yes, and so they have to organize the time without any tools. And for 2 days they couldn't find themselves. But after 2 days, they were able to try other activities, and they also discovered that the nature and the time spending each other is very pleasure, and they also this examine showed how difficult, how we addicted, how we addicted from all tools, and we can't imagine to life without them. And so it was amazing for me. This exam was done in Poland, and so I was astonished. And so I didn't realize that we are addicted from these tools. But me too, I agree. Sometimes I also need to check something, and so that's a reason.
Yes. All right, Paulina, thank you very much. Anyway, guys, we only have 9 minutes left. So how about Maria?
Okay, I try to be very quick to give space to the others, but for me, what prevents me to reach my goals is my lack of time, because I have a very busy schedule every day, like from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. I don't have 1 minute to breathe doing my things. But my phone, I use it just related to consume English content. Like if I have 5 minutes of break, I'm going to my Kindle to continue with my readings, or I'm going to some YouTube to watch some productive videos. And then I think I'm not addicted to cell phone. I depends on it, for example, to use Google Maps to get some in some locations, for example, I can orientate me by my cell phone. But if I am at home, for example, and I have books available, I don't have no problem to leave my phone and to stay hours, for example, reading a book. So I wish I have more time to study. This is really restraining force for me to go to reach my goal. But slowly, I think it will take more time, but I will be there sometime in the future. So
yes, sure. It takes time, right? Just do it consistently. Okay, so how about Divjet?
Interesting part for my case, I'm not a self-starter, right? So say for example, my goal is to learn English, but again, I myself can alone do or learn. So I need a group actually, where, and I'm very lucky that I got a group like this community, beautiful community. But a second problem is like that is a lack of time. So I am very busy with my professional commitment. So most of the time it's very difficult to be part of your group activities, right? Live group activities. Say for example, today it's holiday for me, but next Saturday it's my working days, right? So next Saturday, whatever activity you are going to have, probably I have to escape, right? I cannot participate. So that's another important restriction. And other than that, addiction towards mobile devices, that what you all said. And at the very beginning of my presentation, I told you that recently I have started using this Zen app. So currently also it's my device is under that same mode, Zen mode, which is called Zen mode also. So now if I want to see any of the apps in my phone, I'll not be able to check it, right? So that's I'm trying to do, but to summarize, it's mainly my lack of time, right? So that's restricting me to achieve my goal, right? That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, so you have to find time, right, for your goals to achieve those goals. Yes, why not? Okay, guys, are you going to join in the second meeting?
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Do you still have time, Paulina, Maria, Dibjet?
Yeah, I have time, right? I can join.
Yes. Yeah. I think I can close this room because we only have 5 minutes left.
And what about you, Lynn? Do you have time?
Yeah, it's okay. I'm still okay. I still have time. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, Fabio is coming. We can close this room and rejoin the second session so we won't cut off while we are talking. Fabio? Hello, Fabio? Hello, Fabio. We only have 5 minutes left, so I'm planning to close this room. Just rejoin right away, okay?
Okay.
All right. So see you.
See you.
Yeah, sure. Where are you from, Hernan?
I'm from Bolivia,
Bolivia.
South America.
South America. So you speak Spanish, right?
Yes, my first language.
Okay, so welcome to our live meeting. I think this is your first time joining in my meeting.
Yes, you're right.
Okay, so can you introduce yourself a little bit and yes, to get to know each other with each other.
Okay, thank you. Well, I'm Hernan from Bolivia. I'm computer engineer. I've been practicing in real-time conversation from more than 2 years in different communities. This is one of them. My goal is try to improve my fluency as much as possible because it's a power tool for my work. I used to have a meeting with foreign providers and over the world, and English is the standard. And I wanted to be more fluency because I wanted maybe this year work in a global company. Then I need to improve more my English, my vocabulary, my accuracy. And this is the idea. Then that is the reason why I'm in many communities because I wanted to have more chance in my free time to match the time according to my free time, right? So that is the way I used to do this, and I found that the activity most important or more efficient for me in order to improve my in general aspects my English is speaking conversation like this.
Yes, sure. Just feel free. We usually have meeting on weekends. It's either me, Shikar, or Lisette, one of our moderators in the group. Just feel free to join us whenever you have free time. Okay?
Yes, I always watch. I'm watching them in my free time. Oh, okay, here is available one minute, and this is the first time here. I don't know why. You used to arrange meeting all the days?
What do you say?
Only on weekends.
On weekends, yes, just on weekend.
That's
I
the
host
reason.
meeting
Okay.
every Sunday in my time here in South Korea. I think I'm not sure what days
What
and
time?
time.
It's 8:30 a.m.
Sunday.
Yes, Sunday.
Yes, Sunday. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, we can keep talking to our topic. So where are we now? Let me check.
Make a list of what you need to prioritize.
Yes, make a list on what you need to prioritize. Okay, so this will help you what you need to do first so you will not feel overwhelmed. So you must make a list of what you need to do it. So step by step, do not do many things at one time and then later on you feel like, oh, I don't want to do this thing. So I can't make it. I can't do it. So try to make a list. Are you making list, Tom? What you have to do it first, for example, this month.
Yeah, I have a general list concerning to my general activities, and I have list concerning to my English activity, of course, and concerning to my life and to my general activities. First of all, is family, health, and job, and then there are hobbies which are also important for me because they gives me the sense for living because all the other activities are pretty boring. So as for the English, as I said, I had a sequence of activities because first of all, I wanted to improve my pronunciation because I think pronunciation is the most important thing for non-native speakers of English, because it's about being clear and being able to communicate with ease. And then vocabulary. I don't know which is the most important. If the vocabulary is I think it's equal importance. Vocabulary gives us the possibility to communicate also with ease and to evaluate our contents, to be enabled to be comprehended. And then, of course, is the grammar, but grammar for me is the less important thing, because first of all, grammar in English is pretty simple comparing to my native language, for example, and for Spanish. And as I think English grammar comparing to those languages, we can say it doesn't exist at all, because comparing to the complex grammar of other languages, it is pretty simple. And we can make grammar mistakes when we are talking, and everybody would understand us. Even
still understand, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. But if you have,
yeah.
Continue,
Go
Tom.
ahead.
Yes, I want to say that if you have bulk of vocabulary, you can express your thoughts, your ideas, because you can tell whatever you want to say because you have a lot of vocabulary. But if you are lack of vocabulary, then you know what you're going to say because you forget. Vocabulary is one.
And vocabulary, and one more thing I think is important if you want to be close to native, are phrasal verbs. And I've discovered that phrasal verbs are also very important part of vocabulary, because it gives us the possibility to express ourselves in more precise way. Yeah.
Yes, you raise your hand. Hernan, you want to say something?
Yes, this is an interesting question about the skills, but because we are only talking about English, right? The experience of learning, improving English. Well, in my experience, at least for my case, you know, all the skills, reading, writing, vocabulary, conversation, confidence. Confidence is a skill. And I think it's the most important confidence, because it doesn't care if you are wonderful in reading, you are spectacular in speaking and listening, you are the best one. If you don't have confidence, you can explode these old skills. You used to get stuck in middle of the trying to start a conversation. Yes, because you start to get nervous, you lose your belief in yourself, and you start to confuse, and all that bad things start to happen. So I think when we start to work in our confidence, is better, because let flow, because it doesn't matter the errors, mistakes, grammar, vocabulary, if your pronunciation is not enough, but doesn't care, because you are confident, you know that you are a learner. It's not your native language, it's different. Maybe I have, like Thomas say, problem when I used to speak with native. That is my more difficult problem, because they used to speak really faster, a lot of contractions, phrase verbs, and all that together make a complex situation for my experience, my English experience. Then I used to get nervous, because I feel like I can manage the situation. They are really faster than me, and what can I do? The point for me, if I'm talking about, we are talking about in one example in work environment, but the other side is speaking with me about something important. It's not only free conversation. We are talking about some work topic. Then I used to say, okay, my friend, please wait. I can understand you very well. Can you speak slowly, because this is important for me. I need to arrange a next meeting the next week, but I need to understand everything that you are saying, and can you understand to me? And I try to clarify, because because they need is their responsibility. If make more easy the conversation in order to everything work well, no? So we need to try to say that clarification. I think, no? But for me, is confidence could be the
Must.
most important. Yes, skills. I
Yes,
don't
you
know
have
what
to.
you say.
So yeah, it's really nice when you have to work on your confidence first, because you have a lot of vocabulary, you know, a lot of words. You have better understanding, you're listening, but you don't have enough confidence to express your ideas, your thoughts, and it's in the middle of conversation, you got stuck and you lost your train of thoughts. So yes, you have to
Or
work.
you never share a video, you never start to writing something in a post because you are shy. You need to start. You need to execute.
That's true. Okay, thank you very much, Hernan. Okay, so what about Fabio? Welcome back, Fabio. Fabio, can you hear me? Ah, okay, let's go to Paulina.
Okay.
Make a list.
So coming to the list, I have 3 lists for my job, for my English study, and also for my dreams. There are travels, and I travel a lot if I can. And but the last 2 years it wasn't possible, and I stay home. But now I am planning my travel. And also, as was mentioned, that study English is a long process, and so we a part of confidential. We also have to be ready, and also to plan how we will reach our fluency, our skills in English language. And as I mentioned, I also try to, on my list, I prepared my skills pronunciation, and so I am following by my list. And so I hope that I reach this.
Sure, you will. Just keep going, okay? So let's move on to Debjet. Are you still there?
Yeah. See, what I do generally, I have an Excel set in my computer. Here I have listed everything. I mean to say, what is my long-term goal? Long-term goal means for the next 5 years, what I am planning to do. Short-term goals are like weekly, monthly, this kind of thing. Everything is framed properly. An interesting part is like that. When I go to office and start my system, I just generally open that Excel sheet and I try to note it down, like what are the things I need to do. That's also related to my daily work. At the same time, that is related to my life goal, actually, be it is related to health, be it related to English learning. In fact, that Excel sheet itself, in the daily sheet, I put down like 4 or 5 different words which I am not very much comfortable, and I try to read and try to write some sentence using that Excel. So overall, I am following for the last 2-3 years. It's good, actually. It's very helpful. I maintain that list, and so that's all.
Oh yes, thank you very much, Debjet. Let's move on to Maria.
Yeah, I also have a list of things that I want to prioritize this year, but I didn't separate on work and personal life and English studies. I put all the things together. I think when it comes to my English studies, my high top priority is to work on my pronunciation. I want to be able to pronounce all the words correctly without cutting the words by the middle, which is something that I tend to do because on my mother tongue, which is Portuguese, I generally speak too fast. And I usually do this in Portuguese. And as I'm working on this field in English, it's helping me also to communicate better in Portuguese. I agree with Hernan that confidence is the key for everything we do. But I think this is a skill that we can work together with others. So if I'm able to pronounce the words correctly, I think I'll be more understandable, and it makes my confidence it's kind of raise up. So my top priority is pronunciation this year.
Pronunciation. Yeah, especially for the L, right?
Yeah.
L, you have problems with the L sound, dark L and light L.
Yeah, because we tend to do the same way that we do on our mother tongue, and the place of articulation is a little bit different. So it's hard to train our tongue to move differently from the way that we are, decades doing something. So changes is not an easy process. It takes time.
It takes time. Anyway, it's same thing here in South Korea. For example, the R, letter R, they pronounce L, and L, they pronounce R. So they switch those letters. I'll give you example. For example, remote. Some of my students pronounce remote. It's not remote, it's remote. And for example, rabbit, they pronounce labbit. Not, it's not labbit. So, totally change. Yes.
But may I tell something about the letter R and pronunciation? There are 3 times of pronunciation of this letter, and so we have to practice a lot, because depends of vowels. We pronounce different this letter, and so sometimes this letter is silent, and so we have to be very careful. And so I worked a lot time with the pronunciation. Instead of this letter is in my native language is familiar, and so pronounce R letter in English is a little bit different, and we have to practice our muscle in our tongue.
Especially American R, it's totally different, right?
And the British too.
It's totally different. Water, water. It's totally different. Yeah. All right. How about Fabio? Are you still there, Fabio?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry that I
Hello.
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 I was busy.
How was your plan to travel to Warsaw?
Good, I would say.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Collecting money, grabbing money.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, Fabio, continue. What was our topic? That was about creating, make a list, what you need to prioritize.
Well, I would say, as Maria said, pronunciation is definitely something that I have to work on. And I think reading also. I realized that I'm not a fast reader, so it's like hard, to speed up when I'm reading, and that's the thing that I do most often. I would say, in front of people here, because we don't talk in English. We just read and write in English, and I often have to read in English for somebody else, right? So those 2 things, at least. First, practicing pronunciation and all the English sounds, and then the reading part. Right. All right.
Okay. Yes. Thank you so much, Fabio. Okay. So number 5, take it slowly and be consistent. Okay. So you do it slowly, but Surely. So if you keep doing it, you surely get there. So do not hurry. It takes time. So when you aiming to become fluent, it takes time to get there. So you cannot be fluent in just 3 months without practicing, right? So you have to do it consistently. Right. So Tom, you want to say something?
Yeah, my ambition is to speak in English at least 15 minutes, at least. And I
Every
do
day.
it every day in different ways. Sometimes I speak to someone via internet. Sometimes I use English directly when I have occasion, when I meet somebody who speaks English, I tend to communicate with him in English. And sometimes when it is not possible to speak to somebody, I speak to myself and I recollect my daily activities and I am describing my plans, and that's a good way also to improve speaking. And also, I'm aware that consistency is a key, is the most important thing. So I think that this application, Anki application, which that I use on daily basis, it's very good in creating a habit of consistency. And this application gives me every day a set of exercises, and I have to complete this set every day, not to get lost. Because if I quit one day, the next day I would have to do 2 times more, and it wouldn't be possible. So working under such a stress of not being able to finish the exercises, I usually do my exercise even though I am such a disorganized person. So that's it. I think I'm done. Thanks.
Okay,
Can you tell
so
us the name of the application, please?
Anki. It's a.
You
It's,
write.
Anki application.
I will write it in the chat.
Thomas, I have a question. How much time did you need to rework this application? Because I looked at this application and we need some skills to use it. And so could you tell me how much time?
It is pretty easy. It is pretty easy to use, and especially when you have a ready-made set, because you can download a ready-made set of exercises, and then you can train on this ready-made set. Of course, if you need to prepare your own flashcard, it's more complicated. But you can use the ready-made set, and I started with the grammar set. It is a book about grammar, English grammar. It is the book English Grammar, English Grammar in Use. It is the very famous book. It is
okay. I know this book.
And I found on internet the ready-made set of exercises based on that book, and that was a pretty good experience for me because it was very useful for me. And there are all the other sets also for that Anki application with vocabulary, with idioms, with ready set, with phrasal verbs. You can search for it.
They are prepared by someone. Am I right?
Yeah, by someone, but they are free to use. They are free to use.
Okay.
Anki.
Sorry for the interruption. Sorry for the interruption.
Right.
Can I ask one question to Thomas?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So like Thomas, you said like you when you don't get any partner, so that point of time you generally speak to yourself, right? So if you can elaborate that process, I mean to say how best we can speak to ourselves, like what are the exercises you do in that point of time, like when you speak to yourself?
There are several ways of that. For example, when you are in a specific location, you can describe the objects which are around you. You can describe the situation in which you are. For example, you are walking and you encounter some object, you encounter some people, you can describe in details what you are looking at, for example. The other way is to describe the things you were doing yesterday. It's kind of a diary, of a journal. And the third way is you can describe your plans for the next day. You can tell what you would be, what you will be doing. And it's a very good way to search for words which are connected with your activities, with your life and with your profession, because they are very specific to your interest, and you can locate them and you can memorize the perfect words for you.
Thomas, I will you message on chat. Could you check it?
Okay.
Yes, Tom. I tried to search Anki.com, but
Didn't work.
right? Yeah.
Okay,
No. Well,
I'm
you
looking.
can download this application on Google. I try to.
Google. Yes.
Yes, this one.
Thomas,
Yeah,
is
Anki.
this
yes,
one?
there. Yes.
Look, Maria,
But on iPhone,
how to find that
this
in Android?
application is you should pay, but
Yeah.
for Android is for free.
Yeah.
But so that there is if you go to Apple Store, if you have iPhone, you will find on this application. But you can also download on your computer via Google.
Yes.
And this application via Google is for free.
Yeah.
I help you 1 moment.
Anki app, right? AnkiApp.com, right? That's right.
1 moment.
That is the website nqweb.net.
AnkiWeb.net. I see. I saw it. Okay.
For Android users, I send the link directly to download from Google Play.
But you know, I recommend you to go first to the website on PC and create an account there. And the website is good because it can synchronize the content of your phone with the website. And if you can do exercises both on your mobile or on website, and then you can synchronize your iPhone with your website, and you have a backup on the website, because if you lost your phone, you would lost your content. And it's very crucial to have your content up to time. You have because if you spend a lot of time memorizing things, you have a database of content. It's very important for you, because in case you've lost it, you have to start from scratch. And so the backup of the base on the website is very important also. So I recommend first to create an account on website on PC or on the main computer, and then go to the application on the mobile phone and synchronize your phone with the website.
Excuse me, Thomas, I have a question. I'm a little confused with the link. I put in my Explorer anki.com, right? But when
No, it is ankiweb.net. Ankiweb.net. You have
I leave you the website address on chat. Could you look it?
Oh yes, yes. Yeah, I found it too. So
first of all, it is best to create an account on the PC, on the computer, and then move to the phone.
Okay, that's good. Thank you very much, Tom.
And you can train both on computer and on phone. What is easier for you? What is more? And then after creating an account, you can download this set of exercises. It's already made set. You have the search feature on the website, and you can search typing English, for example, and you would be given some possibilities of sets which are made by other students.
Tom, this is right. I downloaded this version, Anki for Windows. So I have to open it, right? I open it.
It could be confusing because there are several types of account. First of all, you have account on their website. It's a website which is in their computer, and it is a database of database of your information. And then you have applications, and you could install application both on PC or on a mobile. And it is something different because that account on website is a repository of information. It is just for backing up the information. And the application which you're installing is for work on computer, but you have to synchronize this application with the website to have the backup and to make this data secure. And you can also install the application on mobile, which is the first type. You can synchronize those data also with the website.
Yeah, I think I did once before, but I reset my computer, so I lost some of my files.
You should create a habit of using that application. I think
yes. It isn't easy from the beginning. It isn't easy because
I check it. It's very complicated.
And so.
But it depends on the case. But for me, it's very effective. Maybe because I am learning by repetition. I was by like heart, that from by heart. Yeah, it was from my youth. I had to repeat some content many times, and after repeating it many times, I memorized it. And for me, it's very useful.
Yeah, I think so. That's very effective ways to learn. Repetition, repeat again and again and again. Because if you just study once and then you totally forget. So repetition is the key to master the words or pronunciation. So
and it is said that that application has a scientifically developed scheme for repetitioning, and it gives you the content to repeat in the very specific periods. It was scientifically researched what the interim should be between repetitions, and they are very good in that interim because you are just about to forget something and the repetition appears.
We have 3 times of memory. First is a quick medium and long time memory, and the Anki helps us to remember all skills which are used, because Anki can be used for all your activities, and so this application is useful for people who want to remember about for a long time.
Yeah, as far as I know, medical students are using Anki generally because medical students have a lot of things to memorize, and they are perfectly.
I know, because I graduated medical academy. I know what is it.
All right, guys. So we only have 4 minutes left. So I would like to say thank you to all of you joining today's meeting. So I think next week I'm still hosting. Yeah.
Thomas, I leave you message. Can I call you today or no? You will be busy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Call me just after that transmission.
Okay, thank you very much. See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes. Guys, you want to say something?
Take a picture, Lynn.
Thank you.
I want to take a picture.
Okay, smile. Oh, okay. I will screenshot. Okay.
Once more with the heart.
Small heart.
Okay.
Yes. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining. And
thank you, everyone.
Next week I'm still
nice to meet you.
For your initiative as always. You are the best.
Yeah. Next week I'm still hosting because Shikar is busy, so I'm still doing another meeting next week. And I think this month I'm hosting 4 meetings. That's a lot. Thomas, can you do it instead of me? You have time next week?
We should contact before weekend, because I don't know if I will be free. But probably if I will be free, I'm ready.
Yeah. So I also need rest. Yes. If you can do it, just let me know, Tom.
Okay. I will get your message. Okay. Thanks.
That would be appreciated. Thank you very much, guys. And
thank you.
yes, I will see you in the group.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Beautiful Sunday.
Bye.
Nice
Thank you
meeting
very much.